Well, hello. I'm here again with another game. It's called Wurm Online. So, what is Wurm Online? Wurm Online is a survival game that you have to live in a tremendous map and find yourself a place, settle down, build your house, farm, etc. and try to survive living. And it's a little bit looks like the game dynamics looks like Minecraft. You craft things, you even do your shovel or pickaxe, and then later you go to the mine, dig and collect some ores or woods to build. But it's more advanced. It's I call like it's kind of Minecraft, which is more advanced for adults. The people in the server I see it's around 30s or 40s. Of course, there are younger ones. Well, I'll talk about the game dynamics in a few. Let me show my area. So, this is one of the few maps in Wurm Online servers. There are a couple of servers, like 4 or 5 PvE server, which this one is also a PvE, and there are another 4 or 5, I guess, PvP servers, and there's a chaos server. It's really no rules at all. Anybody can kill anybody. So, this is my land. This is my alt character that I also play with her. She's my wife in the game. She's fishing right now. Hello, my wife.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, she's fishing right now, so let's not disturb her. She will be cooking the food for tonight. You can't see me, but I'm wearing chain. Let me show you. This is my character. As you can see, I have my armor on it and a shield. Actually, I can show you myself bigger. Sorry, I'm new to the game, so it takes time. Alright, that's me. Alright. Let me take my hat so you'll be able to see me. Yeah. That's me in the game. And I can equip this one. I'm pretty much dealing with the animals around, like bears or scorpions, huge spiders. Let me show you. I've killed one a few minutes ago. I'll show you. This is my fenced area for my cart that I can drive it. Don't worry, it's already dead. And these guys are NPC guards. So if you have a guard tower in the game that somebody has already built, it's up on the hill, so they guard a large area. So I'm lucky. Also, that's why I chosen this area, and I own this property. I'm paying in-game money to own, so I have rights to do anything and put any restrictions for other players. Okay, this was the corpse of huge spider. Let me bury this one with my shovel so that no any other uh, creature will come to eat this, and I don't want to mess with many right now. Okay, so what can you do in Wurm Online? You can do many things. Like you can breed animals, you can sell them, you can farm foods, and you have to eat. This is my stamina bar. This is my water level. This is my hunger level. And this area is all mine. From the trees and behind this hill and a long way up to the hill. It's a big area. Okay, there is a slow wild cat around here. Let me show you. They are not that dangerous for my skill, and I'll talk about skills in a few minutes. Okay, come on, baby. The fighting dynamics are not really cool, but it helps. So this is not like a Counter-Strike game. You take your sword and kill anybody that you see around it. And you see, that's my wound. Only 100%. You can see. Cut. She cut me from my shoulder, and it's very light, so no need to do anything. Okay, she's here. So you can butcher the meat from the animals. That is, you will need meat, lots of meat to make food. Of course, you can make some from veggies, but also you get some pelt, which is good for tailoring. Make some clothes extra. Okay. All right. I'm walking slowly right now because I'm quite full. My armor is full. My armor makes me walk slowly. Also, I'm carrying 1 kilogram of meat, which is extra. Okay, about skills. There are no skill, like common skill for a character. I mean, you cannot say my character is at level 10 or 20, something like that. You have. I will show you the skill menu here. Okay. As much as you study your skills, for example, these are my last skills that I gained from fighting, normal fighting, aggressive fighting. They are at level 6, level 7. Fighting in general is level 2. Like cooking, butchering at level 3. Knives, carving knife that I use for butcher. Swords at long sword level 9. Short sword level 1. What else? Smithing, armor smithing, shield. Only level 1 because I did only one shield. Nature, fishing. My wife is doing fishing. And foraging, level 10. What I use is carpentry. I use that a lot. And because I made some houses before I settled down here, so my carpentry skill is at level 36, which is not bad. And the larger skill you have, you can make larger houses in this game. This is my forge, but I also use it to cook some food at the moment because I didn't build my oven, but that's fine. Now let's light a fire. This is how game dynamics is working. I take a wood scrap. This is an outcome of log. When you work on a log to make a plank or something. I take my saw. Go to the menu. Create. Okay, I activate it. So my saw is in here. This is the shortcut. My saw is here. I activate the weapon that I want to use. Then go on to the item. Now I have the new menu, create and kindling. I need kindling to light the fire. Wood scrap on is too little. Okay. I need more wood scrap. Alright. These are the weights, for example. I can choose few. Okay. And combine them. And now I will use saw on my wood scrap. Create kindling. 11 seconds it takes, and it has a chance to make it 64%. That's because of my skills. At the beginning you start rather slow. Now I have steel and flint. I have kindling in my inventory, and I click and say light. Okay, and add some other wood to burn as a fuel. Always I examine things. It's useful. It says the fire burns steadily and will still burn for a long time. Sometimes it says the fire is going weak, so I have to put some other fuel. Okay, I'll show you an example about cooking. I have 3 meat, 2 wildcat and 1 huge spider meat, and it will, now it's very warm as you see, it will be cooked in a few minutes. Then I'll use cooked food in a saucepan. Let me take this one. You can fill those pans with water. This is not seaside, I think, because it's drinkable. When you click on it and taste, it says the water tastes fresh, so it means you can drink. Actually, you can drink anything. You can fill it. Also, this is my jar to carry water with me. Okay, I can eat flush. You see, it will go higher. And even there is a nutrition factor. For example, if you eat just a soup, you will get hungry quickly. But if you eat a good meal with meat and even pumpkins or potato in it, it will keep you full for a long time. Okay, what can I tell you? What I like in this game is everything is living. Even these trees are living. They grow. If you come weeks later, or maybe a month later, you will see it will be growing. You can plant trees and see in a couple of months they will growing. There's aging. Animals born to the world, like babies. They grow up and they die when they get old. And there's day and night and seasons, which is quite faster than real time, of course. For example, it's 3 p.m. right now. It's a little cloudy at the moment. It can rain, it can snow, and the season is near to autumn. We're just finishing summer, so we will have rain, lots of rain. Okay, I have 3 cookmates. There are plenty of cooking styles, cooking menus, and you can go to the wiki of the site and learn about it. Okay, now I put water and 3 meat, which will make me goulash. And I put it in my pottery jar and eat it. Carry with me. Alright, as we wait. You can interact with anything. This is my large cart. There are some log and wood scrap in it. I can drag it. It comes with me, as you see. But it's quite heavy. I can let my animals do this. You can find animals in the steppes, in the mountains, or you can buy them. Even you can buy them with money, or you can work for someone, and they will give you their animals instead of money, for example. I have keys to open some storage bins, for example. I cannot put it here. Okay, I'll just throw it here. Well, as there's aging in the game, for example, you see. Okay, let's talk about this. Here, there's weight and damage about items, and some items are damaged. For example, mixed grass are damaged because they're going worse. They will be spoiled after a time. I can repair some of my tools according to my repair skills, but I may not repair some items. So this storage bin protects many of the items, not to get spoiled. See, so it will remain for ages. But anything out of these boxes will be damaged sooner or later. For example, these logs. They are pretty new, so they are not damaged. And this is my food storage bin. which also works like general storage bin. It only accepts foods and it protects the foods. Let me see. It is already cooked. Yeah. Goulash is ready. It's hot. I can put it into my portion jar and carry it with me. Also, put lump in the oven. This is lump iron that I collected from mine, which I'll show you mining in another episode. So I don't want to talk too much about many things. You will learn as I play. This is my local. There are 4 people around right now. And one thing I didn't tell you about items is the quality level. That's very important. Well, for example, my hatchet, it's in level 12, which means it is better than to have a level 1 hatchet. I can use it faster to cut down those trees, and the quality level of the wood log comes out from the tree will be higher, etc. So this will affect anything. So if you have a quality thing, item in your hand, it is more expensive, more useful. You have many advantages. So as much as you grow in the game, you craft higher quality things. You can carry your animals. You must do it daily. I activate it and I see groom. It takes 20 seconds. This skill is about my animal husbandry, I guess. Sometimes it fails for a reason. For example, you have now tended the major fat basil and she seems pleased. Okay, that's also if I fail, it means I have a low quality of grooming, or my skill for carrying animals are my skills for animals are not high enough. Okay, so let's do some work. Let's go and cut some trees, for example. I don't want to cut every tree in the game. I like a forest area. I want to keep it like that. Of course, I can take some seeds from the trees first, and then later I can put some tree seeds in the forest. Huge tree. Can I climb over here? Come on! Come on! Yes! Yes, there's a big one here. Hello, guard. This will take a little time because this is a huge one. Oh, what do I have here? Okay, I have dirt. Well, I have space. I start cutting. You can see the graphics is not very fine because the game is built in Java. Well, it's not bad if you pump all of the settings and you have a good computer. You can have good frame rate. I can have 40-50 frame rates with my computer, but as I'm frapsing now, it's not that much. What else I can tell you? Please write me your questions about this game and I'll try to answer as much as I can. You see my stamina is going low. I have to stop because when I have lower stamina it takes more time, but also it gives more excuse me, more skill. For example, what happens if I get too much thirsty or hungry? Oops, it's going down! Very nice. I have to chop them up. Well, if I get thirsty, my stamina never gets up easily. So it's a very difficult situation. You can walk, even you walk very slowly. You cannot climb. And for example, if you're in a danger, in an animal near you, it's very difficult without stamina. You cannot run. Actually, you can easily run from the animals if they're not really fast and you're not heavy. And even you're riding a horse, for example, it's very easy. One thing I can tell you about fighting with animals, when you start the game, it's not easy to deal with the animals first. It's not like World of Warcraft. So you don't have level 1 animals. Of course there are some levels about the animals, but you don't have animals like level 1, level 2, level 3. So and you can kill animals because they are level 1 and you're also level 2. There's not such things. So at the first beginning of the game, the first few weeks maybe, you have to get your strength up in order to deal with the animals, or you have to make your armor, a shield, and you start with a short sword and a weak shield, but you need more of that. A few days later, before having this armor, it was difficult for me to deal with the even slow cats. Okay, I can collect more, but just I'm demonstrating the game, so I will return. Oh, it's too high for them to go down. Okay. You can play this game forever without paying, but any skill you have will end at level 20. It's not bad for some of them. Some of the skills, 20s, level 20 is fine. But for example, horse riding, you need 21 of body control, which I'm nearly over there. I need a couple of days to gain that skill. So I cannot ride a horse. So as a free player, you cannot be able to ride a horse, but do some other things. For example, your carpentry should end at 20, so you will not be improving your carpentry skills. Okay, what I do, for example, you have to use wiki site a lot, like in Minecraft. Somebody fighting? Sounds like a spider and it's around my neighborhood. Anyway, I'm doing my roof, so I will need wood. What was it? Let's see. My key. Wood shingles. I have 4, and I need small nails. Can you see small nails here? Where are my small nails? Ah, here. Okay. So for example, now I have, so when you look at this, I will build wood shingle roof. You need to activate correct building tool. That's mallet. Be sure it's repaired. Always repair your items, otherwise you will lose them. Build wood shingle roof. And for example, to make wood shingle food, you can go to wiki site. It's something like that. It says activate the saw, right click, open this menu, and when you examine it, it says, for example, you will have to have lock in your hand, etc. Like Minecraft, you give it, it gives you the formula. Continue building. So I will need 9 wood shingles and 1 small nails. I have 3 in my hand, so I have to carve some more wood shingles. Continue building. Of course, if you're playing with your friends and you have a chance for building faster. Okay, it's nearly 6 o'clock at the game. The sun should be, yeah, see, no, that's moon. We have a couple of moons in this game. Check out Ceres. There's the sun. It's about set. You see, you can hear that, and you can read also. These guys are dealing with a champion scorpion, which is very powerful one. Even it can kill some guards. Okay, it says you need some wood shingles, so I have to go and make it. I take one log. You see there are different qualities of log here. I get the best one. I need plank. That you get used to about things. You don't go for I mean, you don't have to look each time to the wiki site. You see, you almost made it, but the plank is useless, it says, because I have a percentage of 72 to a chance to make a plank. That's about my skill. You start with like something 30, 40, and for example, I have some other skills that, for example, ore. That means it will be very slow. You will fail many times, so you need to have more skills. Now I right click on the plank and create wood shingle. If you go to the wiki site how to make wood shingle, it says right click on the plank and you say I don't have a plank, how do I make a plank? It says go and chop some trees and have a log, etc. That's how you play. I could only make one, as you see. I need more quality. So I think. Okay. Let me bring my other character. So she will put the fishes in the oven that she finds. And she will kiss me. And she will talk.
Hello.
Hello, my dear. Did you get some fish for me? For us? Alright. Some people may find this period pretty boring. But imagine that you have nothing when you start. But now I have an oven, a small depot here, a small sailboat, a car, and animals. So you're building your own world, which is very nice. Let me try. Okay, let me drink some water so that my stamina will raise quicker. Okay, what happens when you don't eat? Actually, you don't die of hunger. They give you a couple of times a special thing called fasting. Uh, your hunger fulls. Again, I think it's 3 times. I'm not sure what's happening after a couple of times. Maybe I believe that you're using somebody's strength or some using some fat, which may cause you to lose small amount of skills, which I believe. But I usually eat and don't let my character be hungry that much. But at the first times, at the first few days, yeah, I fasted. I couldn't find food. You can collect food from the grass. You can find some mushrooms, blueberries, and they can help you survive also. Okay, 3 wood shingles, then we're done. I want to show you. You can lock your doors, you can let your friends go in or out. You all have those permission things here like that. Yeah, this one's for example ownership, manage. You can lock structures. I think that's the last one. Yeah, 1 wood chinks to be finished. Oh, I need to make 1 more. The game is developing fastly. For example, there is no animation right now for doing this, but I think they will add day by day. See? It's already there. This is not my house, this will be a depot when I come from here. Yes, I can sail. I can drag it to the water first and be the commander of it. Alright, as you can see. The weather is really nice. It's 7 p.m. right now in the game. These are my neighbors. The ship's speed changes according to the wind. You can see that it is blowing that way. When it gets dark, it really gets dark, so I have to light my lantern in my hand to see around. Just I'm waiting for you to show the night stuff, night view of the game. I'll take this card to my brother's property. Well, I don't have a bed to sleep right now here. So, if you have a bed and spending the night and sleeping, then you will get more skills, faster skills. You will have a chance to see around. It's getting dark. can live in your own property, or you can join to a village and they will give you a small area. So as I own the property, I can convert it to a village and have people in my village, ask them to join me. You can trade, you can craft things or some mines, carry it to the market and sell to the players. There's a large market and there are small markets in the area. The map is pretty big. The farthest place I go took me 45 minutes. On food, maybe by a horse it will be, of course, quicker. This is my place. You can still see the light. Okay, let me show you the mine area. I will not be digging, I will only show you. This door is closed. Oop. Someone has killed a creature. I have never seen it before. Ooh. It's an evil creature, lava being find. Ooh. These are difficult. Mine downstairs, for example. There are some cave bugs, etc. It's a little scary area. Let's go out for today and I'll show it to you in another episode. I have another house here. I start building it before I settle down this farm. I'm going there. I'll be leaving this cart to my brothers because he will breed these two animals and we're expecting to have a baby from them. He has better skills than me. This is my brother's house, so I can go in. He'll let me in. Let me show you his. He has a small pig. It's quite tidy. This is his kitchen. This is his oven. He has a dog, many things you see. He has his forge. Let's park this into the garden. So that they can eat some grass and as they wait here. Okay. Oh. Accidentally I unhitched them. So you can hitch animals or unhitch them. So they can walk around. No, it's okay. It's my brother's garden near the seaside. Look at that? Hi, honey. Mother is old Fathers, father is H. Charles Lagan. Oh, great. Yeah, some farm here. This is my horse actually. My brother gave it to me, but I cannot ride it. I'm very excited about riding it, but I have to wait for a couple of skills to go up. Okay. Let me go up to my old house and sleep. And it's time to end this episode. It's 9 p.m. At the moment. We have a pyramid here. Pyramid, let's say. This is another neighbor. Tyrus's house. I'm pretty heavy. I cannot run. And this one is my house. That I haven't finished it yet. But it will give you an idea. I'm still using it. I have a balcony here. Still under construction. Let me light my lantern so that you will see better inside. You can climb up and you can make another floor. Now it's time to go to bed and sleep. Okay, this is my first episode, so I'll try to upload weekly because the game is slow, and you will see how my farm and my villages grow, and you will see some actions, I hope. Currently I play on my own, but a couple of friends will join me. I hope you enjoyed this movie, and please ask any question you have. I'll try to answer as much as I know. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode of Wurm and I. Bye.